Every day, thousands of people travel along Route 1 between Petersburg and Richmond. They drive past supermarkets, gas stations, and businesses with bright signs competing to capture the eye of each passerby. By contrast, these white stones don't command attention like their more colorful, extroverted neighbors. But there once was a time when travelers welcomed the sight of these modest markers. In the 1820s, they were placed along the side of what was one of Virginia's earliest examples of a state-financed road, the Manchester-Petersburg Turnpike.
This was considered somewhat of a superhighway of the era. It was a broken stone pavement, as they used to say, so that they would put gravel down and roll it to make a much harder and much more level pavement than you had in just most of the county roads. About a century after the initial construction of the Manchester to Petersburg Turnpike, you have the route being repaired, upgraded, to some extent realigned. Now, of course, this eventually becomes one of the major north-south routes when Route 1 is improved during the early 20th century.
Possibly due to these realignments and improvements, the majority of the turnpike's milestones have disappeared. So when a local resident personally delivered one to the Virginia Department of Transportation's Richmond District Office, VDOT employees took special notice. The stone had apparently been broken from its base when struck by a vehicle. Eventually, the stone's base was found when excavation work was done for a nearby store. It was then that Nick Freilich and his colleagues knew they had a unique opportunity to preserve a piece of Virginia's history.
Because of the condition of the stone, we did not want to do anything that would sort of compromise the integrity of the stone in terms of what would probably be typical restoration work. Anything such as drilling the stone or pinning the stone. We didn't want to do that. We secured the services of the master stone carver who did some carving work to kind of prepare a new foundation. And it's through his services and skills that we were able to have the stone reinstalled.
The master stone carver, Tim Johnston, of Manassas Granite and Marble, delivered the stone and its new foundation back to the original site and performed the reinstallation.
This is properly a milestone. The milestones usually have a very small amount of text on them. The main point is that it is X number of miles to a certain place.
The reinstalled stone faces the old Manchester-Petersburg Turnpike and bears the inscription, "To Manch, 6 miles." Modern signs now line this stretch of Route 1. But for those who take the time to look, this restored milestone provides a tangible reminder of one of Virginia's first ventures into state-funded transportation, nearly 2 centuries ago.
I have certainly not done any work like this before. It's kind of a unique project. I think the stone now is kind of a lasting memory for the next generations.